Feel pretty good. Feel pretty good. Got the win today. Got the dub in the shoe. Held them to 3 points in the second half.
Yeah, dude. Michigan social media was going crazy today. I was like, holy shit.
It was a dog win, man. I was thoroughly impressed. It's a great way to send me off before I head to uh, Puerto Rico here. So
Yeah, yeah. Is that this week or next week?
it's Monday. I leave on Monday.
Yes. For how long?
I come back on Saturday
Hell yeah, dude. Are you already checked out?
completely. I was checked out last week. Yeah,
I dig it. I dig it. That's so exciting, dude. Tear it up.
yeah, I
That'd
can't
be
wait.
cool.
But yeah, the boys got the dub today. So
What's
and
what's different about this team this year? Why are they like this, you think?
like it's one. I mean, that offensive line, I don't think can be overstated how just good that offensive line is. Um, but then also like the second half adjustments that they were able to make. Like
Yeah.
Ohio
Well,
put up 20 in the first half. They put up three in the second half. Like that's and you think about an offense that like was probably what top five in the nation, and to
hmm
hold them to 23 points and three in the second half after you gave up 20, like that's crazy.
That is a lot of fighting them. They look good.
Yeah.
That was wild. I wasn't expecting it to end like that.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a much tighter game. And shout out to JJ McCarthy because I didn't know if dude was gonna be able to ball out like he did, with him for him to have the game really relied upon him throwing the ball, but he stepped up and did his thing, bro. So
Yeah, it seemed like I didn't watch the second half, but from like when I was looking at the half like box score, they neutralized that running back for Michigan pretty well in the first half, huh? The stud
well,
was he not
Yeah,
playing?
no, Corum didn't. He only did rush like two times. He just couldn't go because he got injured in that Illinois game.
Oh, okay.
So he hadn't played, and then our backup running back Donovan Edwards, he was injured because he injured his hand. So like the ball that he's predominantly carrying the balls in, he's got like a cast on it. So, um, but he was able to go and he went off in the second half.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
two big long runs that was over. Both of them were over like 70 yards or something like that.
Right. How many games are left in the regular season for college?
Regular season's over with. Now it's all like just it's all a championship. So next week is like all the conference championship games,
Gotcha.
and then from there is the bowl games, the New Year's Six,
Does
then
Michigan and Ohio State always play the last game of the regular season? I feel like it's
yep,
always late. Yeah.
yep, always last games, always usually that Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And then usually it's state versus MS or state versus Michigan on Halloween, it seems like every year or close to it.
Yeah, it's usually around that time. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, that's good for them. So they're gonna go up to probably two, right?
yeah, they'll probably jump to two.
What do you think will
TC,
happen to Ohio State? Will they just drop to three?
no, they're not going to drop to three because TCU was undefeated. So TCU would go to three. It's really going to be depending upon what happens with this USC and Notre Dame game.
Mhm.
So if USC wins, they'll probably go at four. If they lose, then I think Ohio State will go in at four, LSU at five, and then maybe like USC at six.
Okay. Because,
But the thing is
dude,
that like
South
LSU has,
Carolina just took out Clemson too. Did you see
bro,
that?
I did see that, which was crazy. But
Wow.
the thing is that like LSU has a leg up on Ohio State, even if Ohio State goes to if USC loses and they stay and Ohio State stays at four, LSU plays in that SEC championship game.
Right.
So if if LSU does the unthinkable and beat Georgia, then LSU, I'm pretty sure, will probably make it into that college football playoff, which they'll be the first team ever to make it into the playoff with two losses.
hmm
If they lose, then maybe Ohio State can get back in. But the only thing is that like TCU or not TCU, I believe still USC can play in the Pac-12 championship. So like they still have another game to win against another ranked opponent.
Okay. Right.
So
Yeah,
it's just not looking good for the Big Ten to get two teams in, unless some things kind of really get shaken up.
right. Yeah, we have to see some crazy shit. I mean, hats out to Michigan though. So I mean, now what? Now is it
They'll
a
have to
Big
play
Ten
Purdue.
championship?
Yeah, so they'll play Purdue in the Big Ten championship in Indy,
Okay.
which they should handle that
Yeah,
pretty well. They'll
I
get
would
some.
hope so.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll get another week with Blake Corum rested, get their guys healthy. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
that it should be a dominant performance.
good day for a Wolverine fan, that's for sure, man.
Yeah,
That was
no,
a
just
good.
something light, not much, just
Been a
good
while,
old,
man. I think that's the first
old
time they beat
mama.
Ohio in Columbus in like since 2000 or something like that.
Long time, and this is the first time they beat them in back-to-back seasons since like Brady won in '99 and then Henson won in 2000.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, dude.
It's crazy.
They're back. It's been an exciting year.
Yeah, I just don't need them to be going around like planting the flag on the in Ohio State. Oh, like that. Don't do that, bro.
Did they
Don't
do
open
that?
up. They did that. They did that. They did the Baker Mayfield, and I'm like, please don't do that. That's not
Damn.
necessary, bro.
Yeah, it's a heated rivalry, man. I had some friends that go down there like for those games, and I hear it's intense. Like you'll get shit thrown at you and stuff like that, and people
Like it
are.
really is, bro. Like they literally be Xing out like the M's on they like across campus. They're
Hmm.
crossing out M's.
Hmm.
So it's mad intense.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I don't really. Is anything else big happening in college football?
I mean, not much really. I mean, outside of, like I said, Clemson losing right
Yeah,
now
man.
is just
South Carolina is like the Grim Reaper right now, bro. They're going after these
oh, they
big
took out
schools.
Tennessee,
Hmm.
but now they
Hmm.
took out Clemson, so
They're not ranked
uh,
though, are they? Or are they ranked low? I'm trying to
they're
think.
not ranked at all. But they're going to be ranked after this week because
Yeah, I would think so.
they're
Yeah.
being back-to-back teams like that. But I think right now it's just all going to be leading into the championship games and go from there. But I'm excited for, and I think it's supposed to happen. Is it happening next year or is it happening in 2024 where they're going to expand to 12 teams
Yeah, it's a couple
in
years.
the
I don't think it's
playoff?
next year, but that'd be
I'm
sweet.
I'm excited for that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
I don't know
excited.
why it's not always been like that. I mean, that's just such clearly more like much watch TV, like
Yeah,
or must see
yeah,
TV.
yeah, and it just creates. I mean, just from a revenue generating thing, it creates more revenue,
Hmm.
and it helps those teams make more money as well. Because now, like, how much more is your school and your donors and your alum going to attend these games that are now playoff attended games? And this also just helps to make more of those bowl games, like especially like some of those New Year's Six bowl games. They make them more. Um, what should I say? Like they carry just more weight now,
Yeah, I would
right?
agree.
Like in
Yeah,
school, it's just like, oh, I'm in the New Year's Six bowl game, but now like you win this New Year's Six bowl game, and it's going to lead to you going into the next round and stuff like that. So,
exactly, exactly. I mean, like, it was a big portion of my life, but for most of your life, it's been like it was just wasn't it a team was just chosen to be the national champions after they won one of
yeah, it
the
was
big three.
it was like the FBS whole like calculated
Hmm.
thing that people did not enjoy. So I think they just felt like four was just the right number. But you're realizing that like you have teams that are getting, you just had too many times where teams are just missing out and not having that opportunity to. You think about that USC team or UCF team. You think about that. You think about teams that like just had one loss, right? But they just didn't make it in. Some of those Oklahoma teams and stuff like that, they're like they're solid, they're really good teams. Or you think about some SEC teams that like maybe have two losses but didn't make it in. But you like, I guarantee we could probably go and smack like one of these other teams, whether it's the Big 12, Big 10, Pac 12, whatever it is. And then also you just get the chance for some of these other teams like a like a Tulane that can probably go up against one of these bigger teams and potentially make some noise. We saw some upsets early in the school year in the school year where Marshall beat Notre Dame and
Right.
Appalachian State beat somebody. So like you
Yeah,
never
shit can
know.
happen, bro. And that's what the playoff will make so exciting is to see like some of those powerhouse teams like lose in the first round and stuff like that. Like it'll be crazy. It'll be really
Mhm.
cool. Don't know why
Yeah.
they haven't always done it, but
Well,
glad
I mean,
that
you can just tell. You look at the model that like the NCAA. men, like the men, or like just basketball, like the women's and men's basketball, how much revenue they generate from March
Mm-hmm.
Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you don't understand why they wouldn't go with a similar model. We're not saying invite 68 teams, but like expand it to where it's a decent amount of representation there, and it's only going all it's going to do is just create more madness, more havoc, more intrigue,
Oh
more
yeah.
interest. And ultimately, what they want to do is bring in more money.
Brackets for that are going to be fun. We'll have to do that when that starts coming out.
Ooh, yeah,
I
that'd
didn't even
definitely
think
be
about that. That'll be
that'd
cool.
definitely be fun.
That'd be
Definitely be
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, we haven't talked boxing in a minute. There's been some big fights that have kind of been announced. Have you seen any of those?
I remember we had looked at it a couple of weeks back, or maybe about a month or so back. We looked at some of the fights that were coming through the
Well,
pipeline, but what else has been added?
well, the big one that we haven't talked about yet is Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia has been made official for.
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy. That'll be really
yeah,
cool. It's not too often we get two like undefeated fighters that are like young and they're gonna square off, you know. A lot of times it's like the promoters want to keep their fighter in the stable for as long as possible to make them a superstar, you know. So it's
yeah.
cool to see that they're letting them risk this. This is gonna be really cool.
It
Yeah.
is. I'm excited for. I'm excited for that fight. I think that's gonna be a dog fight. Even
Yeah.
though I think Tank gonna win, but that's gonna be.
By stoppage?
Yeah, I think
I
he gonna
yeah,
catch
can't
one
argue
of
with you,
those
man.
uppercuts, bro. I think he gonna catch Garcia with one of those uppercuts because we've already seen that Ryan can get caught
He
and get
can. He
dropped.
leaves himself vulnerable. You're definitely right. I think he gets too cocky with the speed and then he just
Yeah,
starts, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't he's very fast, but then I think he almost gets that sense of like invincibility when he's popping it, you know, and then
yeah,
he steps in and gets a little too reckless sometimes. But I like that prediction. I could see that happening. Ryan obviously has the size and length advantage, but they're fighting at a catchweight at 136, which is weird. So it's not for a title or anything like that. So Ryan wanted to move up, and he said he wouldn't fight Tank at 135. So they're fighting at 136. It's really weird. So it's not like, you know, in a weight class like ranking system, if that makes sense. Like it's not in lightweight or junior lightweight. It's just like a random weight that they agreed on. So, and then both of them are fighting someone else, I think, in January or February. And they both have to win those fights for this to happen, apparently. So, like, I'm just praying that nothing weird happens and they
yeah.
both handle their business, you know? So,
I'm excited for that. That's gonna be
yeah, that'd be cool. That's much
it'll
to
be a
watch,
dog fight.
man.
Where is it gonna be? Did it have
Probably
the announcement?
Vegas. Probably Vegas. Kind of weird that that one got made because just different. Like Tank is represented by Floyd, and
Yeah,
Ryan is by De La Hoya, and they fucking hate each other. So that's
they do.
crazy. That's
They
crazy that they
really
made that happen.
do. Yeah, it
So
does look like it's gonna be in Vegas too.
yeah, that's gonna be sweet, man. So
April
Tank
15th.
stoppage, huh? April 15th. That's the day after my birthday, bro. Let's do it again. Let's run it back. Let's go see
I'm
this one
listening.
now.
I'm down. I'm down to make it happen.
Oh man, that'd be going to Vegas for a fight would be like a different environment, bro.
That would be a whole movement. That would be a whole
Yeah.
moment, bro. We gotta make that happen.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Hell yeah. But then Wilder Ruiz, WBC said that that's got to happen. Which
Oh,
you
they do? Okay. Okay.
but that's for WBC contention, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean like they have to do it, but like
Yeah.
if they want to then be the number one contender for the WBC belt that Fury has, they have to fight. So
Just do it. Just make it
yeah.
happen.
I
Because
don't
we
know,
want
dude.
to.
I think Wilder would fucking finish Ruiz quick, like within 3
Yeah, but
rounds.
it's a fight that I think people just want to see.
hmm I
You know what I mean?
definitely do.
Especially coming off of that fight where we knew what was going to happen with Wilder in that
Yeah,
fight. Like at least I think is Ruiz is a little bit of a tougher opponent,
definitely. I agree with you.
and it can bring in some like he got some heavy hands. So I'll be yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, Ruiz is a great fighter, man. It's just I just he gets hit sometimes, and like that's like all the information I need is like because if Wilder hits you, think about it, you know, like it's like he might be
Yeah,
able to take it from someone else, but I don't think there's anyone in this world other than Tyson Fury that can take that shot like and not go to sleep. So
yeah, yeah.
I'd say
I mean,
within
you're
3 rounds. Who
right. You're
knows
right.
though? You know, he's a way better boxer, so maybe he catches Wilder the same way he caught Joshua, and but it's just that's
I don't
not how I see it going.
know because the thing is that you and I both know Wilder is not. He's just of a different breed than what Joshua is.
Yeah, I
I feel
agree.
like Wilder, he get hit, he can take it, and I think like it don't throw him off his game. He gonna still come out swinging and trying to take your head
Yeah,
off.
Joshua can mentally collapse on himself
Yes,
sometimes. Yeah.
and I think that's the difference. Is like I think Wilder really goes in there with like a warrior mentality going to the fight. Like, oh, I know I'm gonna get hit, but just realize that all it takes is one hit for me, and you done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to see it. That'll be cool. I think it's light work. Then Errol Spence is fighting Keith Thurman.
Ooh,
Yeah,
is that like
big.
a tune up for? Okay, so it sounds like things fell through with him
Yeah,
and
with Bud. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because Bud's fighting. What's this dude's name? I'm not familiar with them, but it's coming up December 10th. He's fighting David Avansanian. Avancian. I don't know the dude, but so yeah, they both have different things on their plate for right now. Hopefully, they can get it made next year. But this shit just pisses me off, you know.
that is right, bro.
But Keith Thurman, bro, he's an interesting story because that's like a big name. So Spence versus Thurman, but like I don't think Keith Thurman has fought very much since he lost to Pacquiao, and that was in like 2019. He's kind of been just like off the radar. So I think that'll be like light work for Errol Spence. But
I mean, it should be because I
I
mean,
think
don't get me
so.
wrong. Like, I don't know, maybe Thurman just kind of like has goes into some kind of fountain of youth and just kind of like fine, but
Yeah, I'm with you. He just doesn't look like how he used to look. He's
yeah,
I don't know, hasn't fought in a couple years. That whole division though, dude, because David Benavidez has got to fight Caleb Plant, and I think the winner of that will fight Canelo again. So WBC's announced a lot of fights that have to happen with the. It's cool. Yeah, Shakur Stevenson and Isaac Cruz.
ooh,
That's a good
and I know
fight.
you like Cruz, bro.
That's a good fight.
That is a good fight.
That was fun watching him when we were at the Cowboy Stadium, man. Isaac
Yeah,
Cruz put it
Cruz.
on that dude.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. He gave it to dude.
Yeah.
Oh
He's like a
man,
come forward pitbull type, so it'll be
like
cool to see how
he's just
Shakur.
nonstop. He puts his heads down and he's just coming.
hmm Yeah. So to see Shakur, who's more of like a Floyd, try to like analyze that and break that down will be really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huh?
Ooh, we got some good matchups coming up, man.
That is a really interesting. But that Benavidez and Plant.
Yeah, what's your thought on that, man? Because we never really see Benavidez get beat. We've only seen Plant beat, but it was by Canelo. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I would like to almost think that Caleb Plant, since he's fought Canelo, now has more like championship experience and he's fought a better fighter, than Benavidez. So maybe he got the
yeah.
rub and it'll help him. I think I'm gonna go with Plant on that fight, to be honest with you.
You think so?
It's hard because
Plant is
Benavidez,
nice, bro.
I don't think Benavidez has been beat. I might be wrong, but it's been a while. That'll be
Plant is.
interesting.
I mean, Plant is nice. Though. I can't even
I really like
do.
Plant.
Yeah, I'll probably go with you on that one. Plant is nice. I give it to him.
Yeah, but that's a great fight. That's one of those like
That'd be
who
a
knows
dog.
fights,
Dog ass. Yeah, that'd be a dog ass fight. Even, I mean that Cruz and Shakur one too, because can Shakur deal with that constant pressure
hmm
that Cruz is gonna put on him?
hmm Yeah,
Like, is he gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he's gonna, will he get the time in the space to get off his shots?
yeah, exactly. Right. And like for him to win that by decision, that's going to be a long night in the ring. That'd be him like 'cause
That
he's
is,
going to just constantly off the back foot against the ropes, trying to outpoint him, get out of harm's way, and then set up
yeah,
again. That's a lot.
yeah.
So, and I think Isaac Cruz has a 10-round motor, so I think like he would have to deal with that the whole night. That would be crazy. Man, there's some good matchups, man. That'd be cool. Hopefully all these happen because
I'm hoping so because that is those are some dog ass lineups.
yeah, for sure, man. And then Tyson Fury's fighting in like 2 weeks against fucking what's his name? Oh, I forget that old dude's name. Derek Chisora. That should be a
I don't
cakewalk.
know who that is.
He's like a journeyman's a harsh word. He's like a contender from England that's like really famous because he's been in a lot of championship fights, but he's never won one. He's like a tier below like championship
Okay,
caliber heavyweights, but he's like really famous in England for just being a character and so I mean it's just like I think Fury's just biding his time until what's his name? Usyk is healthy again and ready to fight. So I don't want to see Wilder and Fury fight again, bro. Like if Wilder beats Ruiz and then they order him to do that, like I just don't need to see that again.
uh,
And if I'm Fury, I wouldn't take that, to be honest with you. There's no way.
no,
There's no way I've beaten this dude 3 times and I'm gonna risk that again, man. Like he's been close to death numerous times with Wilder, and it's tough. Kind of the same way I said about Adesanya Pereira, the dude that beat Adesanya. Like you've already beat him 3 times. Like what's the point of putting yourself in that danger again against this dude that's like such a heavy puncher? Like you could beat Wilder for 11 rounds and then he just lands something and you're out cold.
The thing with Adesanya though is like he had that fight won.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the why you want to see it, or you would want to see that again, is
Right.
because like he had the fight won.
For sure. But like same thing with like Fury in the first Wilder fight. He had that fight won on points and then Wilder had that huge knockdown at the end that like it was a draw, you know? Like
But
it's tough.
those last two fights though were like they were just dominant performances.
Mm-hmm. Well, Wilder knocked him down twice in the third fight though, you know what I mean? It's like still it's
He
risky,
did,
bro.
but
Like
they were dominant fights
I
outside of
agree. Yeah, for sure.
that round. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was it was pretty much a dominant. It was a dominant performance by Fury those last two fights.
So what are you saying though? Would you want to see it again? Or do you think he should I
No,
would avoid that. Like I just would not fight Wilder again.
I mean, no, I wouldn't want to see it again.
And
Even
like
though I
what
know they might bring in some money. I mean, but I don't think people want to see that.
I just don't want something to fuck up an undisputed showdown now. That's my thing. I just don't want Usyk to lose before he fights Fury. I don't want Fury to fuck around and lose. Like and like you know what I mean? Because then that just like delays it all again. And like there's like
Yeah,
craziness and it's
yeah.
like it finally seems like we have two dudes that are gonna face off for all the belts. Like let's not fuck around and lose to Derek Chisora on December 3rd and you know just like ruin everything. Because that's what
I don't think.
Joshua basically did in 2016. Like, remember, it was like it was gonna be him and Wilder, and then he fucks around and loses to Andy Ruiz.
I know he did.
These guys,
He did.
man, they can't keep it together. I hate these like whatever you'd want to call them, like these conditional fights that people have before. Like same thing with Garcia and Tank. It's like they both have
Yeah.
fights in January. It's like let's not fuck around now and lose and like ruin this, you know? Like and it just happens too much.
So, did you see the lineup for the UFC for the 10th?
Mm-mm. No, was it big?
So, what's his name? Uh, who's the dude that beat was it Usman that he beat? Blowich?
Oh, he beat
Bogovic?
Adesanya when he went up to light heavyweight.
Yeah. So he is going up against
Oh yeah, I'm
uh,
looking at that now.
what is it? I don't know the guys.
I can't even say this dude's
I
name.
think he's
Ankalev.
under what is it? What
Damn,
is it?
he's
Oleg.
that dude's favored. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think is that one of the dude that kind of came from what's the name's camp?
You said
Um
is it Khabib?
yeah, out of Khabib's camp.
Maybe his name fucking sounds like it. I can't pronounce that.
I can't. I think it's like Ahmed or something.
Magomed. That sounds like a Dagestani
I
name.
think he kind of comes out of I think he's out of his camp, and then your boy Patty is fighting again too.
Patty Pimblett, Robbie Lauer, Darren Till. Dang, this is a deep card, man.
It's a dog ass lineup, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I like Patty Pimblett. We'll see what that dude does. Huh. Man, yeah, that's cool. I
That's a
don't know
dog
what
ass
else.
what's the name?
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
question is who do you think wins that?
I don't know anything about this other guy, to be honest with you. Let's see. 206, 75 reach, ortho. I want to see where he's from because I think you're right. It just sounds like a Dagestani name.
I think he is Russian.
Yeah. Um, I've never heard of this guy, but he's favored, which is crazy. He's 18-1. Um, Blachowicz is, I want to say, getting a little older, but I could be wrong. I mean, Vegas usually knows, man. Yeah, Jan Blachowicz is 39. He's getting up there, man. So,
He,
huh. If this dude, he's from Russia, you said?
yeah.
They're taking over the UFC, dude. Like they're taking over.
And listen, if they just follow after Khabib, then I don't see. I mean, bruh,
Mm-hmm.
he giving them the tools and like, listen, here's your resources. I'm giving you how to win, and if they following through, then shit, they following through. Can't be mad at it.
Think about how great Khabib's career was. Now he's training Makachev, who just won the lightweight championship. If this dude wins, like yeah, that's pretty crazy. He just went right from being like a all-time great fighter to like immediately being a incredible coach. That's pretty unprecedented.
It is crazy.
I don't know if there's a lot of, I mean, I don't really know the UFC that well and like the history of it, but is there many current fighter or former fighters that then went to be trainers? Like I can't think of
That I
any.
don't know. I don't
Like,
even know. To be honest with you,
yeah, that's like a
I'm
route
not
that I haven't
sure.
heard yet from one of the famous UFC fighters. Usually they do something else.
And you see, what's his name is fighting. Makachev is fighting again in
Yeah, he's fighting Volk, the number one pound for pound
like
fighter.
in February.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think he's just too big for Volk, but who knows, man? Like Volkanovski, he's the number one pound for pound fighter, so we'll see. That's a dog ass fight too. And I assume if Makachev wins, then we have to put him as the number one pound for pound fighter.
I mean,
So
at this point, I feel like you have to. And
yeah,
then, yeah,
I don't. It's weird. A lot of these dudes we haven't seen in a while, man. Like I don't like the dude, but like where's Colby Covington been? I'm like waiting to see like where you know what I mean. Like he's had a good couple years. Like what the hell's going
I
on?
wonder if
Where
they'll
is he?
give him a shot at do that at Edwards.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a good fight.
I feel like you have to, bro.
Yeah,
No,
that's a good fight because we don't want to see Kobe
unless
and
they run
Usman
that.
again.
I mean, unless they run the Uzman and Edwards fight back,
I think that's the plan as of right now, but it's not
then I feel like
announced.
you would have to get you. I mean, granted, again, I don't like Kobe, but like you get like the dude can fight, and so like I feel like you got to give him a chance.
Yeah, but what if Usman wins in the rematch? Like I don't want to see Usman and Kobe fight again. You know,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if they don't do the rematch, you got to give Kobe
I hope
a
so.
chance.
That'd be cool because who else is? Yeah, like I mean,
But
I think
then at that point, like, do you do you go give Uzman to go get his belt back against Kobe just then fight
yeah,
again?
that'd be crazy if Kobe and Edwards fought, Kobe won, and then yeah, Usman came back and fought Kobe again with Kobe being the champ, but not from
Right.
beating Usman. That'd be really interesting. Yeah, because I think Masvidal is like out indefinitely with
Yeah,
all that shit.
he's
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, man. It's been a lot of shakeups between Usman and Adesanya losing. Like it's definitely shaking up the
yeah,
landscape, man. Like
he definitely has.
God, they put out such a good product. Like it's so fun to watch that shit and see how it unfolds, man. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just still waiting on the word for like Francis too. I don't know what's going on with that dude. He
Well, we
hasn't
haven't
really.
heard from Francis in so fucking long.
I know, dude. I know. I'd like to just see him and John Jones get it on, but I don't think that'll happen. At least not right away.
I'm not confident. I'm
They
not
keep saying
confident.
he's fighting, but I feel like we've been talking about that since we started the pod, which has been almost 2 years now, right? And like he has
That
not
what one
fought.
fight? He's
I don't
had
think he's
one.
fought, dude. I do not think John Jones has fought in the time me and you have been
Oh
doing
no,
this.
not John Jones. I thought you were talking about Francis.
Yeah, he fought Cyril Gahn. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That was what last year this time, maybe. I don't even know when that was.
it's been at least a year for
Yeah.
sure.
So who knows, dude? I don't know how they can let a champ like just do that for that long without creating like an interim belt and like getting someone else in there because
Yeah,
like they got to keep the division rolling. You know, these dudes got to know what they're fighting for. Like if he's not fighting, then
absolutely.
what's going on?
Yeah, you're right about that for sure.
Yeah. A lot of
For
good
sure.
things to be made there though. Yeah. What else is going on, man? Anything big in basketball?
I mean, Kyrie's back
Is he
after his suspension. Yep, he's back. He's been back the last two games.
been playing all right?
He's been playing all right. I mean, I think the biggest story is the fact that like Ben Simmons has found his game.
He
Like
has.
he dude been put. I think he the other game when they probably shouldn't have lost that game. They definitely shouldn't have lost that game in Indiana. But um, dude had like 22 points. It was perfect from the field. Like he just starting to like I think feel more comfortable. Um, like where to pick his spots at
Hmm.
on the floor now. And I think also too, I think it's just he probably feeling a little more confident in his body as well. Like he don't feel like his body's gonna fail on him with his back or knee or whatever it may be. So I think he's starting to feel confident.
That'd be really tough to have just in general, like some crazy injury, no matter what it is, whether it's your back or soft tissue. And then to come back from that and to mentally have to think, I just feel like that would be in my head a lot. Like if I tore my ACL or I really fucked up my back and got surgery and then came back to play a sport professionally at a high level, like that would just always be on your mind. Like, you know,
Look at Clay, bro. Two
Clay's
ACL.
Clay's been balling again too. He's finding his game.
40 something, hit like, what was it, like 10 threes, 12 threes? Like,
Right. And he was
you got
not
to give
playing
him.
that good to start the season. He was not
No,
playing
I
that
mean,
good.
he was just playing. Well, to say like he wasn't playing good, he just was playing below the standard of what we expect him to play. Like
Exactly.
he was still playing like pretty like average, solid,
Right. Not a scrub.
scrub. Not a scrub. Yeah, like you said, but like an average starter. But then like we got to realize he was out of the game for 2 years
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
came back for the last half of last year. But like, dude is just now hitting his groove back. So I mean, they're still losing games. So that's not helping them. They got to still kind of figure out things with regards to their rotation. Because I don't know if you know, but they sent Wiseman to the G League.
Did not know that.
Yeah, they sent him to the G League for a couple of days, or for a couple of weeks. So hopefully he gets it together. But going back to the net, I mean, I think once they can start to just figure out things with regards to their rotations and starting to get their guys back, um, hopefully things will get a little bit better. But I feel like they still need a big man. Who that is, I don't know. If they go and trade for somebody, I'm not sure. They gotta figure something out. I know Stephen A was talking about like DeMarcus Cousins. I don't know if DeMarcus Cousins is like the answer
Where is
because
he playing right
defensively
now?
he's not playing.
Mm.
Um, and so I just from a defensive standpoint, we know DeMarcus Cousins just doesn't have the greatest
No.
defense. He doesn't speed all that well, but offensively, I think it can make sense just because his ability to pick and pop. But I don't know who you go and get, bro. Like if it's somebody that's currently playing, I don't I don't know who it is.
Yeah, well, they need a more defensive minded center than they would need an offensive minded one anyways. Like that's not their
Right.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt them to have a offensive center that can move the ball and like make shots, but like that's just not where their offense is generated from. Like they've got plenty of scores. So it's like you said, their main focus of that needs to be rim protection and rebounds. And who's their starter right now? What's that dude's name?
Claxton.
Who?
Claxton.
He's their starting
Nick
center?
Claxton. Mm-hmm.
Why was I thinking it was someone else? Who else do they got? What other centers they have?
They don't have any other centers.
No, dude. What the hell is dude's name? Fuck. He's been there for a little while. Is he a power forward, maybe?
You talking about Aldridge?
Are we talking about the Warriors right now?
No, we're talking about the Nets.
What the fuck? Dude, I swear we were talking about the Warriors. How the fuck did this happen? I don't know when you got there. I was thinking about the fucking
That's
Warriors.
what I'm talking. I said to go back to the Nets. If you want to talk about the Warriors, you're talking about
Because you said they benched Wiseman or they sent Wiseman to the G League. That's what
yeah.
I
I said
was.
they bench wise, but then I said, but going back to the
Okay.
Nets.
Okay. I got you. I'm with you now.
You're
Yeah, I don't.
hilarious.
Yeah, no, you're definitely. But both of them, dude. Seriously, neither of them have like fucking. I didn't realize Wiseman was fucking up like that. And then yeah, the Nets center problem has been a thing for like 2 years now.
Yeah, yeah. So they just as far as the Warriors go, I don't think they need another center. I feel like um who is it that's there? Who is
Yeah,
it?
what's dude's
It's
name? Yes,
Looney.
Kevon Looney. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah,
Um,
he's not
he
bad.
does a job. He does a job that they need him to do, right?
Hmm.
And I mean, hell, during the playoffs, dude had like a 20-point game, in one game against the Celtics. So like, he's serviceable. Um, but I think the thing with Wiseman is that like defensively, I think that they respect him more out of him, and he's just not picking up on the assignment.
Hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see, but I, I think we got to talk about like what I feel like has been a surprise for the league has been like the Kings.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox has been balling, huh?
Fox has been balling. Herter has been balling. Sabonis has been balling. Like Kevin Durant had talked about it on his pod that he does. He's talking about, bro, like that's a dangerous team.
Yeah, they are.
Do you know that Kevin Herter is damn near shooting 50% from the 3-point line this year?
Who is?
Kevin Herter.
I did not know that. No.
It's in fucking insane. 50% from the 3-point line.
Right. Is Harrison Barnes playing for them too?
Yeah, and they got
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes, and they got Keegan. Like that team is just loaded, bro.
And no one talks about them ever.
No, and I mean, they're 2 games above 500 right now. They just lost the last two, but like that team is nice, bro.
They are. They are. There's a couple teams like that that have been surprising this year, man. I know we talked about the Jazz last time we ran a pod, but like even them, it's like, yeah, these like young teams with this, collective group of athletic, energy driven players, man. Like they're killing it
Hmm.
right now. Now, this happens a lot though. We've seen this over the years with teams that like have like young all around talent, but like usually they don't put it together for the playoffs. Like I don't want to like overhype a lot of these teams because like I mean, remember a
Yeah,
couple years ago when Trae Young first got there, like in I'm trying to think who else on the Hawks, but they made a little run in the playoffs. Who did they beat? It was the Sixers?
yeah, they made it to the conference finals.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And they
Yeah,
look good again. But my
they beat
point
the
is
Knicks.
just like, you know,
Who did they beat? They beat the Knicks in the first round,
I know they beat the Sixers or
and then they
something.
beat the Sixers, and then they made it. They played against the Bucks in that
That was
in the
it. Yeah.
championship. Yeah, when the
Yeah.
Bucks won the championship.
I mean, that's a pretty good run even, but I just like I don't with these teams that are that young and don't have like any championship experience, like I don't put
I
any
mean, I don't
stock
think.
into them making it far, but they're a
Yeah,
dangerous team. They're
yeah, for
pieces
sure.
away
Yeah,
still.
I mean, I don't think anybody's expecting them to like make a playoff run, but like for the Kings, I think they'd be happy with just making it to the playoffs.
I agree.
Which I mean, when's the last time they made it to the playoffs? It's
Right.
been some years, bro. So I think for them to just make that progress and
When is the
have a
last time they made the playoffs, dude?
bro,
Like,
I
is it
have
like when
no idea.
Chris Webber was there? Like, I really think it might be like back in the day when like they were playing Shaq and Kobe. I'm dead
Uh,
serious, dude. Like, I don't
I'm
like
about to look this up, bro, because I really don't know
I don't
when the
remember for most of my life them ever being in the playoffs.
2006.
Damn, dude. 2006. Who the fuck was even on that team? Like Peja Stojakovic, maybe? That's
I
wild.
have no idea who was on that team, bro. Hold on, let me like hold on. They were talking about all the things that happened.
Since
Like,
they last made it.
yeah, bro, like you got to think about like 2006. Like Twitter was like a new thing.
Right, yeah. Like Steph Curry wasn't in the league.
Instagram
Like,
wasn't even around.
yeah, man. That's wild.
Crazy. That is crazy,
It was before the smartphone. It's fucking nuts.
bruh. They had Francisco Garcia, Mike Bibby, Kenyon Martin, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, bruh. They did have Peja. They had Blade,
Divac. Damn, man. What a
Doug
squad.
Christie, Donzie Wells, bruh. That's crazy.
When was White Chocolate on their team? Was that when they were like battling with Shaq and Kobe back in the day?
Yeah, that was before, and then like after a year or so, they traded him to get Mike Bibby, and that's when they made it to like were like going deep into those battles and those conference championships
Gotcha.
with the Kings.
I miss watching Jason Williams, bro. His highlight tape was unreal.
Super Bowl,
He was
Super
smooth.
Bowl,
He was
Super
he
Bowl.
won one actually, wasn't he? Starting with Wade in '06 for the Heat. I think he was on that team.
He was on that team. I don't think he was starting though. I think
Was
Gary Payton
Gary?
was starting. Yeah,
Forget Gary was there. That's so weird. That's like such a team of washed up. I mean, Shaq wasn't washed up yet, but like he was like not Lakers Shaq anymore for sure when they won.
that man was averaging damn near 30 that.
No, no, probably closer to 20, 22. You think he was averaging 30 in '06? I don't think so.
Shaq had just come off of winning three championships, bro, and then they lost to the Pistons.
Yeah, '04. So it was 2 years later, right?
Like, come on.
I just don't he wasn't like Lakers like 35 and 18 like
No, but dude, I'm pretty sure Shaq was putting up around like 26 a
yeah, I mean that's still great. And then Wade in that series had like what they call one of the greatest like finals runs ever, right?
game. Wade was going crazy, bro.
I don't even remember that really. But
He was going crazy.
who was that against? Was that Dallas? I think it was
Yeah,
Dallas.
yeah, it was Dallas. Yeah.
That probably drove Kobe so crazy to see Shaq leave.
Oh, he talked. Remember when they had that one on one and they talked about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was pissed."
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, he said he tore up his room or something like that.
He
Maybe that was
did.
Shaq. He said that when Kobe won his fifth. But you're right. They were always like looking at each other.
Uh huh. Kobe said because he knew he like I had to get one more than him.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's so Kobe, bro. Were they not cool like the whole rest of Shaq's career, or did they mend it before he retired? Like, I don't even know when they became like cool again.
I think that they kind of minted it because remember they had that one All Star game when Shaq was still in the East and they won co MVPs during the All Star game. I don't know if you remember that.
Mm-mm.
Um,
No.
but I think they eventually mended it before Shaq retired, and for sure after before Kobe retired.
How many rings do you think they could have won if they could have just coexisted? Could they have gotten to like six?
I
Because like you
mean,
just said, Shaq was still pretty dominant 3 years later in '06. So it's like if they could have stayed together if they lost in
he would,
'04,
he would.
maybe Kobe would have taken the role of like the more score, like the leader, and Shaq would have maybe been like 1B. But
Maybe, but you got to think Shaq was starting, like you said, because after Shaq won that championship in Miami, I think really started to be like the decline.
I think he just
Um,
stopped giving a fuck, dude. He was just like, whatever. I'm not working out or eating good anymore. I got four.
Shaq was like, "Fuck it, I did what I had to do."
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I don't know if they could have gotten the six, bro. I don't think so. I think them losing to the Pistons really exasperated shit for them because they went in there thinking that they were supposed to win and then they got demolished.
Yeah. They're speaking of that one-on-one you talked about, they mad disrespect. Do you remember that? Like they were like, how many do you think we could have won or something like that? Or no, they should have won in '04. And Jack was like, of course we could. He's like, are you kidding me? Ben Wallace on me? Like it's a joke. And I was like, fuck you,
Right.
bro. Ben Wallace is a fucking legend.
Like that part, like stop playing.
Yeah,
I mean, and at the same time, like Ben did his thing against Shaq. Like
he
he
did.
held Shaq pretty much in check. And like we gotta like people really be disrespecting that Pistons team. Like that wasn't a loaded fucking squad, bro.
They made the finals the next year and almost won too. Didn't they lose in game seven to the
Yeah,
Spurs? Yeah.
yeah.
Went to like six straight Eastern Conference finals or some shit
But
like that.
that team was nice, bro. Especially when once they added She,
Yeah, it was
that
over after
that team
that.
was nice.
Where did she come from? Was it Portland?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was so fun to watch them growing up and like go to games because they just played such good basketball. Rip would run nonstop, like down the fucking lane,
Bro,
like around the perimeter. Like
bro.
they would just set picks. They moved the ball nice. They played like hard, gritty D. They were a fun team.
You think about it. You remember like the the final scores of games during that time?
Yeah, it was like fucking 89 to like 85.
Like 75 to 78. Like,
Oh
bro,
my
somebody
God.
had like 30 and somebody would drop like 30. Like, bro, like he
Yeah.
scored all the fucking points.
That's
Like
so
shit was
weird,
crazy.
dude. I kind of miss that, to be honest with you. They just felt more like heartfelt wins. You know what I mean? Like it was just like more drug out. I don't know. Like people are just so good at scoring the ball now. It's just like
Yeah,
diluted. It's crazy.
yeah. I mean, well, the game is much more free flowing.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't think hand
I,
checks were around then though, right? Like they stopped that in what the mid
yeah, no,
'90s.
hand
So
checking. I think it's just more like that, like you cutting in through the lane and stuff like that. You could literally be body checked,
yeah,
and somebody will stop your whole entire momentum. I remember when I was in high school and stuff like that. Like our coach used to tell us, you somebody come through the middle, you put a shoulder in them, you put a like you stop them, like you don't
hmm
let nobody cut through the middle of the paint, bro.
yeah. They really like shifted to like player movement, like the freedom of movement. You know what I mean? On offense, that is that I don't know when that shift took place, but like they really emphasize that now. You know,
Yeah, I mean, and it's right. 'Cause you literally, if I'm shoulder checking you while you're doing a cut, like that's literally impeding your progress, bro. So it's a foul.
for sure,
But
for sure. Do you think defensive players today then are like the best that they've ever been because like they have to be? They're not allowed to foul, hand check, body check in the lane, shit like that.
um, probably because it is such an offensive player's game that if you are able to play solid defense, and really make it to where someone has a bad night, like it's because the shit that offensive players get away with, especially like I know they're having an emphasis on the carry, but like it was getting out of fucking control. Like
Yep.
literally just blatant carries that the players were doing, and it wasn't getting called, bro.
Right. I totally agree with you. Like they really clapped on Poole for it. He got like all those in that one game. Do you remember that?
Some of them it was a little bit much. Like, come on, bro. Like it was
Hmm.
a quick in and out, and they caught him for it. I don't know if that, but some of these it's getting a bit ridiculous, and I'm kind of happy that they're um, checking some of this and getting back to like the game because some of this stuff it literally is like a blatant carry.
Do you think they'll do that with the step back at some point? Because like some of them are clean, but Mo, I know you see dudes that like I see them too when they show it in slow motion. I'll like count 3 steps and be like, that is a fucking travel, bro. Like it's a fucking travel. I don't care. It is. Like I know you see it too, man. Like James Harden
Yeah.
sometimes fucking takes like 3 steps, like and then shoots a three. It's crazy, bro. When they slow it
Um,
down, it's like holy shit.
like he just took like 5 steps.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I think eventually it will get there. I don't know when though, but I think it'll get there. But like, cause I mean, again, too, I think these guys are just becoming so inventive with their footwork and what they
Mhm.
can do that the fact that we're even questioning some of this stuff is just crazy.
It is. Like we never
You
thought
know,
these
we
would
never,
exist before.
right? You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't have seen the stuff that Harden was doing back when like Magic or when Jordan and even early in Kobe, like players weren't doing that.
No, not at all.
Right?
It would be crazy to
AI
drop
went,
someone from now back then and just have them hit that move like one time and see the whole crowd go like,
they'd
"What
be
the
like,
fuck?"
bro, that they would lose it. Like he just traveled.
Yeah,
But you know what I mean?
exactly.
But it's like, no, it's clean.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, man, like shout out to these players because the players, I mean, like their game and how inventive they are with these moves, bro. It's crazy.
Chris Paul's really inventive, man. I think he has to because of how small he is. But like when they slow his shit down when he's going in the lane and he'll put like a certain spin on the ball for it to come back and then he'll take a step back, like just to give him enough space to like shoot a floater over a center. It's pretty beautiful to watch in slow mo. You're like, dude, this dude has put in tens of thousands of hours like doing this shit. Craziness.
Yeah, there's two players that like I can watch that game and I'm just like I don't understand. Like outside of Kyrie, because Kyrie
Yeah,
I
he's
can
his
watch
own
Kyrie,
thing.
I can watch Kyrie all day, but PG it
PG's like
doesn't bug
Kyrie, bro. I mean, honestly, he's just like taller. Like he does the same
but
shit.
like his game is so smooth, but like dude can just get to his spots with ease and and just to pull up in the handle, like it's just crazy. And then Book, bro, like I, I think people really sleep on how Book probably got some of the best footwork at a guard spot out of anybody in the league.
I
He
agree.
just so easily just gets to his spots. He pull up so fast. Like those two right there do it. Like they really do it for me as far as like just be watching that game and like how they create space. Like PG's really great at this. Like let's say he get the ball on the right wing, he get the ball like not necessarily on the right wing, but he get the ball. He comes off of a pick and roll, right? He comes off the screen. Now the defender is up on his shoulder, and he literally just a quick lean into them to bounce the ball, let the ball kind of rise up in his hand and pull up and hit a shot, and just that space that he's able to create
Right.
just off that one dribble and that lean into like just that small details is crazy, bro.
It really is. Again, it's just like, yeah, you've done it so many times and put so many hours into it. You know exactly how the defense is going to react. And yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Is he, would you call those two your favorite players to watch in the league right now?
No, I still enjoy Kevin Durant the most.
Kevin Durant's your favorite player to watch?
And
Okay.
like I can watch KD hoop anytime, bro.
You know, you've got an interesting analysis on him, and it made me think, like after me and you started doing this, just like I never really noticed it before, but you're right. Like he is so non-reliant on driving to the basket. It's crazy. Like most of his is just like mid-range and three-point shots. Like he really does not put an emphasis on getting to the rim at all, unless he's like wide open. It's kind of nuts. And he still puts up that many points that efficiently. It's wild.
It is. It's not something that he probably does the greatest because I feel like oftentimes it takes like one bump and he's off balance because it's so he's so just lanky.
Mhm.
Um, but one thing he can do is handle the rock
Yeah.
easily. Like that double cross that he gets off is just insane. And the fact that for him to be so easily able to like, he don't even have to move,
No, not at all, bro.
and he's gonna create space to just rise up and hit a shot, bro.
Yeah,
That's the
dude,
thing.
it's
Like
not.
KD just hit you with like a quick jab and rising up, and he's just there. Like, and you're not blocking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So he's your favorite. Damn, man, that's pretty crazy. He's been your boy for a long time, man. Like,
it just his game is just is I can't explain it, bro. And for him to be that size, to be able to move like that, score like that.
are you sad he hasn't won more?
I won't say I'm sad. I think I just more like you would have want to see him win more, especially win on his own terms. Um, but we'll see. Hopefully it comes.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think that he's getting older, man. Like, obviously, it's, looking us in the face with LeBron, but like, it's crazy, like, looking at Kevin Durant and being like, he's not like out of his prime, but he's not far away from not being in his prime, you know?
What is he? 33.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, realistically, like, would be like 2 or 3 more years of like him at his peak, which is,
I think he may be able to go a little bit longer too, just for the fact that like he doesn't play physically.
yeah, he
His
doesn't rely
his
on all athleticism. Yeah.
yeah, it's all about just him getting to his spot. So I do want to make sure we talk about this before we get off. So the big story in the NFL is Jerry Jones in this picture that they found of him when he was 14, I think 14 or 15 years old, when there were some students, some black students that were going into like Arkansas school. And he was a part of this group of students that were like in these guys' space, um, and not wanting them to like integrate to school.
That's pretty fucked up. I did not hear about this.
Yes. So I want to get your opinion because there's been a lot of backlash about that coming up, that picture kind of rising. He was actually amongst that crowd of people. Now, granted, he was just
Wow.
standing there. I don't know if he said anything or anything like that. And also, he was 14, 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I want to get your thoughts on it.
That's tough. Well, I'm just hearing about this from you. I don't know. Part of me is like that's so long ago, and again, I don't know what the context of it was. Like, yeah, if like he was participating in that or not, and I think that would have to be cleared up for me to say like just clearly wrong. But I mean, that's not a good look for him at all. Our players pretty upset about it. I've not even heard about
I
this.
didn't see anything that the players are upset about it. I think they're giving them a little bit of grace because of the fact that like he was a kid.
Yeah, that's. I mean, think about when you're 15, bro. Like that's not
Right. Like you know, your brain isn't even fully developed to kind of determine what's
right.
right and wrong. But it does make me fall back to when he made that whole statement around players and them kneeling.
Mm-hmm. What did he say? What was his stance on that? I don't even remember.
Remember, he was like, if there are any players that kneel, they're getting fired.
Oh yeah, but what was weird about that was like when it first happened, he went and kneeled with him. Do you remember that? And then it like switched so fast. I don't know if it was because of Goodell
I
or
don't remember. I don't remember seeing him kneel
I
with him.
swear I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I do remember that. Yeah, I always thought that was bizarre that it then switched to like I thought he was yeah. Huh. That's interesting, dude. Yeah.
So, and so yeah,
Yeah.
that that's just the only thing that kind of triggers. I think there were some people that were kind of like he was this when he was young, and then he goes on and says this,
Mhm.
right? And it was a lot of black players, predominantly, that were the ones that were kneeling. Now, granted, again, he was a child at that point. I don't think you can really hold that against them.
But did
Um,
they ask Jerry about it? Like have they spoken to him, the media?
they confirmed he confirmed that it was him. Like he wasn't bashful about it. He was like, "Yeah, that's me."
Hmm. Hmm.
So I mean, kudos for him to not like running away from it. But I'll be interested to see if players say anything about it um, or anything. But I, uh, I don't know if they will. Um,
Yeah, I haven't
but
heard anything about this, so maybe this week
what's
that'll come out.
interesting is just how this picture was found and how they were able to determine if that was him or not.
Right. That is
That
weird.
that's that I found to be that I thought to be very weird.
I'm gonna look that up after this. That shit's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
Kind of like off topic, but you brought him like up the Cowboys and them. Like, so I was just thinking about it. Do you think Odell's gonna go there?
It's looking like it, but I don't know, bro.
Did you
It
watch
would
those
be.
Thanksgiving games?
I did watch the
God,
thing.
dude, I hate them, but the Cowboys look good, bro. Like they look really good.
That's a dog ass team, man. Um, I just and then the fucking Lions, bro.
That was the most Lions loss
They
ever.
were. They, uh,
It was too much
like
time.
what? It was
Yeah,
like a minute left. How do you? I don't understand. I don't.
too
Okay.
much time, bro. Yeah, they just yeah, you're right. That's not even yeah, they just that Diggs pass right away was just like I
It was
knew.
over. Immediately,
Yeah.
it was over at that point. I was like, "That's the game." Like,
Yeah.
and then fucking Jim Nance jinxing the fucking kicker
Yes, dude.
who
That was
had missed
crazy.
all season. Come on,
That was
fucking
fucking wild, bro. Yeah.
Jesus.
And can we talk about dude, Justin Jefferson might be the best receiver in the fucking National Football League, man. Did you see
By
that
far,
game?
by far.
Like
Not even a question there.
that
I know
dude.
Devontae Adams is still out there and everything, and Tyreek. And let's not make sure we don't discredit. Tyreek Hill is fucking balling out,
He is,
but
yeah.
Justin Jefferson is on another level.
Yeah, he's just him and CD both the other day were just like impressing the shit out of me, man. Like that
Like Jefferson is having the type of season where, like, I'll be honest with you, bro, he may need to be in the MVP conversation.
I won't disagree. He won't win it. They would never
He
let
won't.
him win.
He won't.
But I mean, yeah,
But
he's unreal.
he has to be in the conversation, bro. Because like
It's
you
insane
know
to
he's
watch.
getting the ball, and they still can't stop him. He's putting up 150 yards.
No.
Like
The catches he makes too, man, they're just like they're like contested, doesn't matter. Like it's just like he's all over the place, man. I
so,
mean, they're fun to watch. I mean, there's been like the NFC, man. It's gonna be a weird like ending to this. Like, because I say like who we just saw on Thanksgiving, it's gonna be between I think the Cowboys, the Vikings, or the 49ers. I think are gonna sneak in here and fucking make some noise, man. The
yeah,
49ers look dangerous. I'm really scared tomorrow because they're about to beat the shit out of the Saints.
what they're gonna lose us.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad day. But yeah, I think those are the three best in the NFC and then AFC and Bills, Chiefs, and probably Dolphins right now.
By far, yeah, easily, easily.
Yeah. What's your thought? I mean, you've always said like Baltimore. I know like every year they're like your dark horse, but like, bro, I just like they seem capped to me. Like their defense is so elite, but like their offense is just like either great or it's they can't get anything going, man.
I think the defense just kind of keeps them in place. So like, for sure, like those three teams in there, but you have to. That defense is humming like we know it can. Lamar is just such an X factor that like at any point Lamar can take over a game,
Hmm.
right? It's really about it's the receivers and who he has available to him.
Hmm. What do you
You know the
think?
run game's going to be there.
What do you think on the other side of it though, with like the teams that we just mentioned? Would you agree also it's like Minnesota, Dallas, and who else would you throw in there? The Eagles, I guess, right? But
For me, I would go Eagles, Cowboys, and the Niners. Honestly,
okay.
I think the Vikings got exposed
Yeah,
by the
Cowboys beat them up.
Cowboys. They just slapped them, bro.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
They slapped them legit. So yeah, I would go to nine. I mean, the Niners. That addition of CMC is
It's crazy.
they're just so dangerous, bro.
I mean, who do you have a favorite out of those three? I mean, I'd assume you'd say the Eagles and Dallas are the top two because even though the 49ers are dangerous, their record still isn't amazing. Like they have a lot of turning
Yeah,
around to do.
they do. I mean, part of it is just because of listening. I mean, I, who's going to go with the Eagles, bro? I mean, they've
Yeah,
shown it.
hard not to.
They've shown it, bro. So
And then
that
what about
defense,
on
we know
the
that defense is elite.
yeah,
They got the receivers.
they do. They go as Hertz goes. What about AFC? Do you have a favorite?
Chiefs.
Yeah. The Bills are just like a weird team, bro. They either like steamroll teams and look really good, or they just like let mediocre teams beat them or hang around with them too long to the point where it's
Yeah.
like uncomfortable. Like,
Well, I think the thing with the Bills is that too, like Allen is still recovering from that injury,
yeah,
that
this is
elbow
true.
injury. So I don't know if he's like completely comfortable with his shoulder, with his, I mean, not his shoulder, his elbow right now.
This is true.
So yeah,
They just like I don't like Nick Wright makes this point, and it's true though. Like he cannot be your primary runner of the football, man. Like they're gonna have to figure that out at some point. Like really, like either try to draft or like he cannot be the focal point. Like the way he runs, you know what I mean? Because he's physical, man. Like he just runs through
he's
people.
not
Like
going down. He's not
no.
sliding.
So it's like, I mean, it doesn't mean you can't let him run. Obviously, that'd be a disservice to the team. Like it's great that he has that ability, but like he's like their running back too. It's like you can't. That can't be the thing. Like
Yeah,
can't.
I mean, the crazy thing is, and somebody mentioned it, like like the he's like the improved version of Ben Roethlisberger.
I can see that. Yeah.
Right, he's just a big quarterback. He's just more athletic and got a hell of
Yeah.
an arm.
Right. Yeah, he evades what Ben would just sit there and take. Ben would never even try to like avoid a sack. He would just like take
I
it.
mean, he was like, you had to get him down. You couldn't get
Yeah.
him down, bro. They at his ankles, pulling arm, and he's still throwing a fucking ball up to fucking like
Yeah.
Julio or not Julio,
Fucking Heinz.
Holmes
Yeah, it's
or
Antonio Holmes, Heinz
AP.
Ward.
Like it just like you couldn't get bent down.
Nah.
And it's the
Nope.
same with fucking because there's a couple of times where the Lions had him and he just shoulder and shrugging these
He's a
motherfuckers off.
big boy.
Dude is huge.
Yeah, he is. But I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say Chiefs. Chiefs and Eagles would be a good Super Bowl, man. I'd be down for that. That'd be
I
pretty.
think I would like the Cowboys Chiefs a little bit better, to be honest with you.
Oh, I would love that so much just to see like if Mahomes whipped them, like Skip Bayless on TV would be like, oh, that would be amazing. But if they beat Mahomes, I could never watch Skip Bayless again. Like you would just never hear
Oh,
the end
he's
of
still obnoxious.
dude.
He's still obnoxious. And just imagine if the Chiefs win, how much Stephen A. Smith would just live in glory.
Yes, he would. He
That'd
would.
be like,
I hope they do. I'm a Chiefs fan, man. It's been cool to see them continue to do what they're doing even without Tyreek. And Tyreek is like you said, holy shit, he hasn't missed a beat. Fucking
dude,
crazy.
falling, bro.
Can you imagine if he stayed like this year, like just the way he's playing, man? Like they would be undefeated for sure. They'd be just raining on teams right now.
It would. I mean, they were already. It's just
How do you let him
the
go, man?
defense that
How?
they have, but that it just why is he so fucking fast?
It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't, dude. He just to another level, man. Like I've never seen. I mean, like Randy Moss is pretty fucking fast, but like this dude is like, it's like a different type, you know? Like Randy Moss had that long, lengthy, like stride. Like this dude is just so small and his center of gravity is so low. I feel like it's just so hard for people to like
Like,
track him down, and he's so shifty.
yeah, that's the
Like,
thing. Like he can get in and out of his break so fast,
yeah, it's
right?
crazy.
So like him being so short and shifty, he can get out of his breaks that like those corners can't keep up. So he makes a da
Hmm.
you done for it. You
Hmm.
react to any of that, you're done.
Right. Exactly. Or they'll
And
have
then you're
him
done.
start on one side of the field and go in motion and then snap it while he's running so he gets a running
It's a
start.
whack. You're not catching it, bro.
It's like,
You're
how
not,
the fuck? What are you supposed to
you're
do with that?
not catching it.
Never.
Not.
Never. All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, nothing else for me. I'm about to get my stuff ready, get packed.
Dog, I
So when
feel.
Monday comes around, I'm be in the air and sipping me a pina colada or something. We'll
There
figure
you
it out.
go, man. Yep.